Caftel manufactured its first hutch in 1981. Although the design has been updated, both products are still in use today. The 1.2 compact system, economical and space-saving. The Pro system, efficient and cost-effective. The Deluxe, the most complete housing option available. The Multimax system, for transitional group housing. The Pen system, modular and freestanding for indoor use. Caftel products, built to last. Caftel, the most innovative pen system on the market. Lightweight, easy to assemble, modular, freestanding, with easy access hinged door and easy access to feed and water. Durable, made with the same materials and standards as Caftel hutches. Caftel products, built to last.
We milk approximately 400 cows and been farming since 1981, dairying since 1981. And these buildings were sized for a 400 cow dairy, where we should be able to fill one of these buildings within 2 weeks and keep those calves in their own environment, own group, through weaning. Before we switch to these calf panels, we're using actually calf huts from Caftel. We actually have used those for over 25 years. That was one of the reasons we chose Caftel again, because of the product they produced that lasted for 25 years and still being able to be used. We felt that they were doing the same type of, or producing the same type of product with these Caftel pens. Last summer we had some side-by-side comparisons with some other type of panels, and we ended up choosing Caftel because of the lightweight, easy access to the calf. We have been using this Caftel system for the last year. They're very easy to assemble and dismantle. Every time after a calf is removed, they're dismantled and steam cleaned, power washed, taken apart, put on a rack, and installed again. There's no tools needed. One individual can do it. The rods that put the panels together, very simple and very easy to do. The Caftel huts that we're using was a very good product and is a very good environment for the calf. However, when we switched to this type of system, we were trying to make it a little more user-friendly. My wife and daughters who take care of the calves would spend 2-3 hours a day caring for the calves out in the elements, and we wanted to do something different to change that. So we went with this concept of this open type building where we have basically just a roof for the spring, summer, and fall, and for the winter there is a curtain thermostatically controlled that can close off the back end or the north end, and a shade cloth that drops down in the winter to keep the elements of the weather out. The main feature that we liked was how easy it was to gain access to the individual pen. Some of the competitors' doors weren't as lightweight and weren't as readily accessible to get inside the pen to feed a calf if it needed to be fed or needed special attention. And when we started this system, we were trying to make it more user-friendly, and we hope that that will, over the long term, the operator will do a better job of taking care of our calves.
I'm Jeff Halverson from the Cedarburg Veterinary Clinic, and we do the work here at Robinson Farms. Individual calf pens that Caftel made for years work very well. As farms have gotten bigger, there's been more of a push to put calves into a building for the calf feeders mostly, but we still have to maintain ventilation, isolating the calves, keeping the calves dry. We're trying to get the best of both worlds, a facility where the calf manager can take care of the calves well, and the calves still have the same features that you would have in any other calf pen or individual hut. They don't come into contact with each other, they're isolated, they have good airflow, and they stay dry. These pens, as you can see, there's openings in the back for the air to blow through. There's separation between the calves so they can't suck on each other, nurse on their faces, and they're kept dry. The big advantage then is with a lot of calves, the calf feeder is now in a controlled environment. They're open, they're airy, they separate the calves, they're easy to clean. On farms that are looking for a more controlled environment to feed large number of calves, These pens do very well.
Calf Tell. We house success.